What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. So yeah, just to start, I did give the channel a little bit of a new look here, you guys. Let me know in the comments section if you guys are digging it. But look, we're going to start off here with an update from Carlos Thomas Jr. Now, there's been some rumors going around on when we'll next see Carlos on a pro stage, for his pro debut, in fact. Of course, he pulled out of the New York Pro due to his ulcerative colitis, and since then, we've heard that he may be doing the Chicago Pro. Nick Strength and Power actually reported that Carlos told him he was targeting that show, but apparently he changed his mind on that one. I heard rumors of him wanting to do Tampa possibly, but anyway, in a recent appearance from Carlos on the Olympia TV channel, he reveals himself what show he plans on competing in. Check it out here.
How gun set are you on getting to the Olympia this year?
At this point, I think it's, Texas is just the show for me right now. And, if we so happen to, not make, the outcome that we want, then, we'll go ahead and shut it down and reassess and make some improvements and get the feedback and go ahead and do that. But, I'm very confident that things will turn out in our favor.
So I'll put that entire video in the description below for you guys as well. But look, this just skyrocketed the Texas Pro from a very exciting show to the most exciting show of the 2023 bodybuilding season. And what a measuring stick for the fans when it comes to Carlos. To see him standing next to Hunter Labrada, probably the best version of Hunter Labrada that we've ever seen, actually definitely the best version, as well as Andrew Jack, the Mona Lisa, who many say is a future Mr. Olympia in the making. I think his stock will surpass the majority of top-level bodybuilders out there pretty much instantly, and he'll be in the conversation for a top 6 or top 8 finish at the Olympia, which will also be his Olympia debut. So the question with Carlos is if he's improved on his back since the 2021 Nationals. That's the one area he really needed to bring up, and he did say that his back has improved. So, these are very, very interesting developments, and the 2023 season just got a whole lot more exciting. So, you guys let me know in the comments below if you think Carlos Thomas Jr. can defeat the likes of Hunter Labrada and Andrew Jack in his pro debut, and if he can, what does the future hold for Carlos Thomas Jr. at the Olympia? Okay, so another highly anticipated pro debut coming up is HorseMD, Marcelo DeAngelis. HorseMD just finished dropping some of these recent updates, and I wanted to cover these for a couple of different reasons. Now, for one, these pictures are very impressive. It looks like the Milos Sarcev mass blast protocol is looking yet again to be tried, tested, and true. Marcelo is weighing in here at 130 kilograms, which is about 286 pounds and change, you guys. Now, mind you, I went back and I looked at this update from mid-April where he was also 130 kilograms, but he does look leaner in these updates as far as we can tell. So I would say there's a few pounds of quality mass that he's put on here in the last few months. The arms look bigger. I think the hamstrings still look pretty crazy. I think he's keeping good control of his midsection in these shots. So I think this is probably the biggest version of HorseMD that we've ever seen. But for you guys who follow my channel, you might remember I was pretty critical of HorseMD about a month ago when he posted this update right here. I was very critical, actually. I basically wrote the guy off, to be honest. So look, I am going to stand behind the fact that I do think there's guys out there in the open right now that have better proportions and overall flow, especially from the back, but I will admit that he still might have what it takes to make it to the Olympia someday, if he chooses the right show. He does look improved in these most recent updates, and if he keeps moving in this direction, it might take him a season or two, but we could still see HorseMD fulfill his potential in open bodybuilding. So we'll stay tuned for an announcement from HorseMD on his next show, which is going to be coming soon. Alright, so next up, you guys, we have the Chicago Pro happening this weekend, and the official competitors list here breaks down like this. We have Blessing Awodabu, Steven Daniels, John De La Rosa, Aaron Gali, who just finished competing in the Vancouver Pro, Matt Kuba, he just finished the Toronto Pro, I believe, Stanislas DeLongo, I think I got that one right, Emmanuel Longoria, I've been hearing talk online that this guy's going to show up in pretty crazy shape, Patrick Moore, Eric Ramirez, and Justin Shire. So just to look at a couple of these athletes, you guys, starting out with Patrick Moore, I mean, look, this is now the third show that Patrick said that he's going to be showing up to. His recent updates, I don't think look any better or any worse than what we've been seeing since the Arnold Classic. So I guess all I can say is we'll just see how Patrick is going to show up, if he actually shows up. But you know, we also had the addition of Stanimal and John De La Rosa, who were not originally on the competitors list. And that really shakes up the potential top 3 in this show. Stanimal, we know, is going to show up in shape. We just finished seeing him at the Vancouver Pro, and he was looking fantastic. And John De La Rosa is a really interesting addition to this lineup, and I think he's a bit of a wild card. He's finished as high as 12th place at the Olympia. That was in 2019. He won the Puerto Rico Pro and the Toronto Pro in 2019 as well, and he actually won the Chicago Pro in 2015. So John is definitely a veteran of the sport, and he shouldn't be underestimated in this lineup. Despite the fact that this is his comeback show after being injured, but you know, in terms of who's going to most likely round out the top 3, you know, Justin Shire is looking absolutely crazy right now, and some of Blessing's updates make me think he just might show up in shape as well, despite coaching himself for the first time. So the top 3 is most likely, I think, going to be Justin Shire, Blessing Iwodebu, and I gotta say John De La Rosa, just based on what I'm seeing now. Stanimal could work his way in there though, don't get me wrong. But as for who's going to take home the win, I mean, look, I'll just tell you guys right now, I got a good feeling about Justin Shire. I think he's the front runner right now in a lot of people's eyes. But you know, part of what makes this lineup really interesting is that this is a pretty competitive lineup with a pretty diverse group of bodybuilders, a lot of different types of physiques. So, we'll find out who will take home the Chicago Pro title and the Olympia qualification in just a couple of days. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to take home the title. Alright, so last up for you guys, while we're keeping our sights set on the fast approaching 2023 Olympia and upcoming qualifying shows, Quint Beastwood, has been concentrating on his return to the stage in 2024 to make his own statement in the pro ranks. Quinton decided very early on in the 2023 season to pull a Regan Grimes and take the year off to put on more mass and work on his weak points. And as far as putting on the mass is concerned, this guy does look massive at this point. The arms, I think, have come up in size in the last little bit. The shoulders are looking like they're caught up to the arms. The lats are really popping from the front. He's still keeping that midsection in check, and he still has a ridiculous amount of time to keep making improvements, you guys. Now, we haven't seen any back shots as of yet. He really hasn't offered any of those, which is what we really need to see if he's really brought that up. But Quinton is a rare breed of having the combination of being a tall bodybuilder, but still looking like he's filled out his entire frame. So in that recent interview with Carlos Thomas Jr. on Olympia TV, I heard Flex Wheeler saying how right now the shorter bodybuilders are really killing it as compared to the late 90s and early 2000 open bodybuilders. But I think the taller guys on the scene right now are really starting to fill out those massive frames. You know, Samson Dauda, Michael Krizo. We'll see how much Andrew Jack is filled out. But look, don't be surprised if the tall guys make a comeback in 2024. And if Quinton keeps improving, he just might climb to the top of that list. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.